My name is Jinhee P, and I'm a traveling physician currently working in Portland, Oregon. And I had been a passive investor in multiple commercial multifamily apartment syndication deals. And by doing a lot of reading and researching and listening to podcasts, I found out that a better way to augment wealth building is with the infinite banking concept, utilizing life insurance policy to store cash that becomes protected from the IRS and from potential creditors. And there's a guaranteed dividend growth that's compounding every year. And that the fact that I could borrow against the cash value anytime and use that borrowed money to go and invest in syndication deals. And I only get charged a simple interest, which is tax deductible. So if I have that policy established, then I can really augment my real estate investments and returns. So if I were to invest in a syndication deal that brings 20% annualized return, instead of just directly using my cash from my bank account to investing in these deals, if I were to contribute that money into a life insurance policy and then immediately borrow against the cash value to invest in the syndication deal, I would be making 20% plus the compounding interest, which is like between 5.5 to 6.5% annual compounding interest. So I would be making more return than just using my plain cash from my bank account. So I decided to go with Tyler. I picked him as the agent because I had spoken to a lot of different life insurance agents, and most other agents came up with a policy where they charge a big chunk of fees, commissions up front. So say if I were to contribute $100,000 a year in the policy, year one, the cash value would be only like 60%. That's ridiculous. That means they're charging like 40% on the fees. And it would take maybe like 15 years to catch up, even with the compound interest. So I did not like those people, and they weren't really that trustworthy. But Tyler, he's done a lot of syndications himself, and he has his own life insurance policies and studied it really well. He came up with a plan where the fees are only about 10% of what I contribute. So in year one, if I contribute 100K, the year one cash value is like almost like $89,000. So I was able to immediately borrow against that cash value and invest the borrowed money into different syndication deals. I started doing that since November of 2021. And so I'm really happy that I have this policy where I have this guaranteed about 5.6% guaranteed dividend growth every year, and it's compounding. And that stays even though I borrow against the cash value. And I have invested the money that I borrowed against the cash value to multiple syndications that are doing really well. So they're doubling my money within 5 years in cities where there's a lot of growth potential. So I'm really happy about that. And by doing this, not only do I have a good pool of money that I can borrow against, but also I know that if I were to die, I have a significant amount of death benefit. So millions of dollars of death benefit that I can pass on to my descendants. So whoever I designate, or if I choose to set up a nonprofit to donate the money, the death benefit into a charity foundation, I can choose to do that. So it's very flexible. I can choose to have my descendants get the money, or if I don't want that, I can later set up a nonprofit. So I can do really good things to the society and leave a legacy by having this IBC life insurance policy. So I'm really happy that I got to learn about this, and Lane made a really nice e-course about this IBC concept. So I was able to take the course and then really learn, a lot about it and actually apply it to my real life. So thank you so much, and I hope to keep growing my wealth by utilizing this life insurance policy.